Hi, everyone, and welcome. I'm Ellen Kratka, and welcome to my talk on using feeling to change your reality. We're going to be I'm going to go through a few concepts, and then we're going to also do a couple of exercises together. I apologize for the lack of video. I've been having some computer challenges, and it looks so strange because the video was lagging so much that I decided to just go with the photo. So again, apologies. Since most people are feeling some degree of powerlessness in the current environment, I thought I'd talk about the power that you do have today. There are two gifts or abilities that everyone is born with: the ability to discern truth and the ability to create the reality you prefer. Plus, you get one more to make them both work, and that's the gift of feeling. Feeling connects you with love, which is the universal healer. Yes, even for illness, it works for everything. And desire, which is the impulse behind manifestation. Most people have been conditioned out of fully using their feeling sense to either know what's true or manifest what they desire, but everyone can remember or relearn how to do it. The goal is simply to develop the habit of noticing what feels good and what doesn't. Things that feel good are in alignment with truth, and things that don't feel good tell you that there's some lie embedded in them. I'd like to do a little bit of an exercise with you to allow you to experience what a true statement or true thought feels like and what a falsehood feels like and the difference between them. So I want you to just think to yourself, today is Friday. I had to check to make sure that was the correct day of the week. So just have the thought, and as you have the thought, just breathe and notice how it feels in your body, literally as a sensation. Today is Friday. You probably won't feel much of anything. So the most useful thing is going to be to compare it to a falsehood, because we know that today is Friday for most people in the world. If you're in a place in the world where it's Saturday, then you would say that to yourself. Today is Saturday, and know what that feels like. Now let's do something that we know is not true. So today is Tuesday, for example, and just have the thought, today is Tuesday. And again, notice what you feel in your body. See if it feels different. If you're not sure, go back and forth. So you could say, today is Friday, take a breath and notice, and then today is Tuesday, and notice what that feels like. And if you need to, go back and forth once or twice. And you should be able to detect a difference. It probably won't be dramatic. It'll probably be fairly subtle. But it might feel like a catch someplace in your body, a little catch in your breath, or a little tightness in some area. Something will be different in your sensation. And I'm just going to give everyone a few seconds to complete that before we move on. All right, and so for those of you who are just coming in, we're just feeling the difference between truth and falsehood, because this is a gift that everyone is born with, and it's going to be very important for you navigating yourself into the future. So we're working with discerning truth from falsehood again, and the way we're doing that is with something like the day of the week. So comparing how it feels to have the thought, today is Friday, versus having the thought, today is Tuesday. Just notice the difference in your body as you just sit there and feel after you have the thought. Okay, so as you master discerning truth, for those of you who have already done this sometime before, or those of you who choose to practice this on a regular basis, you'll be able to answer questions for yourself, such as what substances, activities, and relationships benefit me personally. You'll also be able to detect the answers to questions like, am I sick, or am I likely to get sick? So knowing the truth and being able to discern it and what is in alignment with you at this point in time and what your current trajectory is can be really useful. Now, there are three things that create big feelings which come up for people. So we just worked with, a sensation about truth and falsehood, being able to detect the difference. But there are other kinds of feelings that we have all the time, which we think of as emotions, but they also have a physical component. And they can sometimes get in the way of using feeling in the more subtle way required to implement the gifts. And again, the gifts that I mentioned at the beginning are discerning truth and then creating your own reality, because you are in charge of your life and actually have been creating your reality and have the capacity to do it in a more conscious way. So we want to look at the feelings that are coming up that are part of our current reality and that we might want to change in order to manifest in a more conscious way and in order to discern truth more accurately. So the three feelings that I'm referring to are fear, guilt, and inadequacy. Inadequacy is more of a thought, but it certainly has effects that we can look at as feelings. All three of these things, fear, guilt, and inadequacy, are being triggered by what's going on right now in our current environment. Not necessarily for you personally, but for people in general, and you are being triggered by one or more of them. As you clear them, you'll be able to get answers to more questions. Again, such as, am I likely to get sick? And even what factors are contributing to the illness or any other experience I'm having that I don't prefer. So again, you've got a lot more power than you think you do. What I'd like to do in the remainder of my time today before I take questions is to start whittling away at the feelings that have been creating the current reality, which you might want to start to let go of so you can experience yourself as more empowered and access truth more easily. As you feel them, you'll also be getting reacquainted with your feeling sense in a deeper way. Since we have limited time today, I'm just going to work with fear. So what I'd like you to do is put your feet on the ground if you're able to do that. Allow yourself to breathe. Let's just connect to the earth a bit so that we're a little more centered in our bodies and our feeling sense as opposed to our heads. And then notice the fear that you have. It might be a fear of getting sick. It might be a fear of someone you love getting sick or even passing on. It might be about not having enough money, not being able to do what you want to do in the near future or the distant future. Whatever the fear is, just allow yourself to feel it. We're going to explore it a little bit and allow it to expand. So notice where it shows up in your body. Could you just allow the feeling to be there without thinking about it or trying to get rid of it? Bringing presence to yourself in this way is the same as loving the aspect of yourself experiencing this. Could you allow the feeling to expand even more? Let it grow into a big cloud around you. Let it get as big as it needs to get to feel fully acknowledged by you. Because when you have acknowledged it fully, it will dissolve. I'm tracking you with my own feeling sense and can tell you when things have shifted for you. Okay, so I see there are some people who have just come in recently. So the invitation is to explore your feeling sense by allowing yourself to really dive into whatever fear you're experiencing. Maybe around the supposed pandemic, and I say that because it doesn't necessarily have to be your experience. It may be about illness and health or money and your future. Whatever it is, allow yourself to feel the fear and allow it to fully expand within you and around you. Let it grow as big as it needs to grow. Feeling the fear brings in light and love to the aspect of yourself that have it, and that's the universal healer of everything, including the illness, but starting with the fear you have about it or the lack or anything else. Love will heal that aspect of yourself and will allow you to come more into connection with your truth and just feel better and a lot more empowered. So I'm just feeling as everybody else is getting in touch with themselves, and I'll let you know when I feel that people have, for the most part, made a real noticeable shift in this. any of you who missed the beginning of this talk, because we started at 10:30 Eastern or 3:30 GMT, may want to listen to the recording, because I talked a little bit about truth and discerning truth in the beginning. And we did a little exercise with that. So you might want to have the opportunity to do that. Okay, now I can feel people starting to get a little bit more centered. Let's allow ourselves again, just through our intention, to come more into connection with the earth, more centered within ourselves, less in our head, trusting our just connection to presence and the earth and ourselves. Very good. I can feel the group really relaxing and reconnecting. While we're doing it, let's also invite our spiritual being to connect more with our physical and mental selves. Allowing ourselves to receive whatever assistance we would like, whatever resources we need, whatever aspects of ourselves that we can download into our being in this lifetime to support us now. Excellent. So almost all of the fear that you were feeling is now gone. And notice the difference in how you feel when you think about the future, when you think about maybe the experience that others are having, and their uncertainty and fears about lack and health and all of those things. Just notice how much more empowered you feel. And again, the feeling is the basis for then creating the reality that you prefer. I'll just give you a little hint about that, even though I'm not going to go into that a lot today. Creation or manifestation happens just through intention. Whatever you would like to experience, if it's really in alignment with your self-love, your self-acceptance, your own truth, which always, those things always go together, truth and self-acceptance or self-love, then all you have to do is intend it. Just put it out there as your order to all that is, and allow it to show up. And as you do that and you experience it, and I think that most people in this particular session have probably experienced that in some way or to some degree already, and you can expand that into really creating in a very large way the reality and the life that you would like, and to live from that place. Okay, so I don't know if Celine is currently back here. Oh, I see a direct message. So, nope, I don't see anything with Celine, but I see, I think there was a question. Someone else?
Sorry.
Oh, hi, Celine.
Yeah,
okay.
I was
I
there.
don't know if you wanted to help with moderating the questions, if anybody has one or would like any further assistance.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. You can always write the questions in the chat, and feel free to go into the networking session area as well, where you can have meet other people, delegates, and whoever wants to have a quick word. Thank you so much for the session, then, Ellen.
You're very welcome. Should we wait a minute just to see if anyone has a question? Was there any?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, they can also just write the message instead of in the session area. They can write in the event area as well. So
okay.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. Bye. Bye.
Someone was saying that they weren't getting any sound.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Where did they say
a few seconds ago? She said, "Is there supposed to be sound? I can't hear anything. It just came in a few seconds ago."
I heard everything. Yeah, I heard it as well. Sorry, I didn't see that message actually.
Maybe it's a problem.
Is it in the session? Maybe they were talking about it if it was in the event. Sorry, that's another. If it's in the event session, in the event area, not the session area, it might mean regard. It might regard some other things that are happening at the same time. So not you clearly.
Some people know that they heard it. Okay. And I saw somebody
Yeah,
write
thank you.
that this person was feeling, I don't know if it's a woman or a man, but thank you for that.
Yeah.
Bovo. So, yeah. And so anyone, I know that there were a few people, I just want to say really quickly, there were a few people that missed the beginning of the call, and we were practicing feeling for the difference between truth and falsehood. So if you didn't get that, the exercise is very simple. You just think a statement that you know is true, like for example, the day of the week. Today is Friday in today's case. And then you compare it with how you feel in your body with today is Tuesday, for example, or some day that is not the current day of the week. And you will, as you just settle into your body, you'll notice a different sensation. And then that difference in sensation can be used for any other question. You could ask about something else and just see, does it feel more like the falsehood feeling or more like the truth feeling? So, and I would suggest rather than questions that you make statements like this, the color in this room is a good color for me, for example, as opposed to, is this a good color for me? So yeah, so you can play with that, and I suggest playing with everything. Play the game with the foods that you're thinking of eating, and the that your house and how it's set up, and your relationships, and just notice what's going on, what feels good and even and neutral, and what doesn't feel good or gives you a little bit of a catch in your body or your breath in some way, because that will start to tell you what you're in alignment with and help you navigate the way forward. Someone is asking if I have a podcast. I do have a website with videos that go over more of what I do, and I offer free sample sessions. So the website is on my profile, but it's also resultsbeyondbelief.com. Again, resultsbeyondbelief.com. There's a video of me, and there's you can get a free sample session if you would like to work on something specific. And I'd also just like to thank everyone who attended today. I see some people who came in and who were really participating. So thank you very much.
Great. Thank you so much. Bye.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.